Chris here. Let's do one more hacking session. This time on extreme mode against something that has a little more than twice the almost twice the resistance of what I've got. I actually took the smart pistol off this Raven in order to make her less good at hacking for these purposes. So 615 versus 382. The actual cost of this has gone up 2.6, so it doesn't just flat double. There's actually some scaling I forgot. So if I wanted to corrupt it this way, it would cost me 52 determination, which is a lot. I've got 253, but still, let's do a full hack. All right, so everything's kind of crazy, and I have 2 shards. Having, stay out of the red zone and try and either make more shards or get right on the border of the red zone and kill enemies. I do want to get rid of the ones that duplicate quickly, so let's start with the recursive loop. This makes an extra shard and gets the loop right next to me, and nobody else is going to be next to either my remaining 2 shards, so here we go. So there, it's gone. Okay, so now I've got stuff following me all over the place, down low in particular. I could run to here and then kill something next turn, but I'm going to be kind of surrounded. It's going to be difficult next turn to move both this one and this one. So in that sort of situation, just running here is probably a bad idea, because while on the surface I could then kill probably 2 shards chasing me, this recursive loop is going to be in the range of killing me after that, so I'll immediately lose afterwards. So thinking a couple of moves ahead, like in chess, that actually, if I were to move there, seems like I'm going to get a double kill, but instead I'll either 1, lose, or 2, realize I have to flee, and one of these things will get me. So in this case, think about how to mitigate the damage, which is, who do you want to be killed by? The shard. I want to be killed by the bomb, because the recursive loop would double, so I'm going to move there. Now, that one's dead. I'm down to my last shard. So if I were to get hit, then this is the end of this hacking session. Now, everything is chasing me except for these lesser wanderers, and lesser wanderers are threatening every other turn. So everything is going to be moving towards the shard that is nearest to them. So how do I want that to go? If I were to move way down here, everything's going to kind of coalesce back down again. I can't run over here, but I could jump. That would keep things more spread out. I choose this. So I'm going to switch to jump mode. Oh, and there's the nath in the way. So I'm going to first go up here because... do I? Will I? Actually, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to just run down here. Since I can't jump over there. If I could have jumped, I would have. Alright, so I'm threatened again, and that's fine. Splitting here is fine, because if he kills the one that's there, the tri-swarm is one I was thinking of in the first video that splits when you kill it, but it killing one of my shards won't do anything. So I can move right here, and again, this is just adjusting the movements of where everybody goes. But I'm going to be awfully trapped in here. I'm going to have to jump, and there's a bunch of people close to me. It's just going to get worse. So it's much better to go back up here. And if I go, and again, this is a split, so I'll leave one behind and it dies, and that's fine. When you jump, you can only jump to a number that's at or lower than what you're at. So you don't want to be too low of a number when you go, and you'll be the resulting number. So 32 right here, that seems fine to me. Back to run. I want to split if I can, but I can't, so I'll go here so I can then go, not even there would be enough. That's just a 70. Yeah, look at me, I'm really low. That's fine. I can just kind of move back and forth up here a little bit. I'm actually getting a little bit stronger as I go, but not much. But what I am doing is I'm getting them all to come up here in this corner. Even when I split, they're still all coming right at me. So if I move, I'm going to move this one, and I'm going to move this one further away, because I don't want to be in a spot where both of my guys are threatened at once, shards, and they would have been if I stayed there. So do this. Some of the ones that are lower down are going to start going south, but the nath will still go trend north there, so that's fine. It's going to take him another turn to get close enough to bother me, though. So I'm going to move. I just want everybody coming in this general direction still, because I don't want them in the middle of the board. All right. Shame I couldn't also get the Tri-Swarm, but that's fine. As long as I'm picking off guys gradually. Shoot, that was a bad move. Because I left one where they can duplicate themselves. Alright, choose who you want to have kill you. I want this Tri-Swarm to kill me. That's much better. That was a bad move that I saved by, sort of saved, by having it so that the recursive loop didn't double. Alright, so I'm gonna keep moving around the edges. And then I'm going to run up the middle here, and then don't want to split, so now I want to split. Oh, see, that's what you get for being too aggressive. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. And but here's the thing. You just basically keep repeating those patterns and don't get greedy. I got greedy right there, and that is what killed me. If I had just kept doing that same pattern, kind of don't have too many shards, because you don't want to feed the recursive swarms or the code priests, and move along the edges so that you are pulling enemies the way that you want to pull them, and try not to get down to one last shard that is getting hit by everybody. If I hadn't made that one stupid move of trying to get that Lesser Wanderer, then I could have easily, would have taken potentially another 100 moves. But it's inevitable. You'll win. It's just a matter of don't get greedy, don't get impatient, and don't try to do too many things at once without thinking about the consequences. You don't really, in chess, you got to think like 6-10 turns ahead. Here you don't have to think but like 3 turns ahead, if that, 2, 3, you know. And all the enemies are fairly deterministic. The Wanderers are, especially the greater Wanderers, which weren't there, are the trickier ones because they're not deterministic. So what the hell, let's actually beat one though. I was gonna just like, yeah, that's the end of the video. Let's actually win though. Alright, so deploy her there, move her here, and we got ourselves an angry convictor over here. Alright, rematch. Okay, so I've got 2 shards. This is actually pretty favorable to me because like everybody's over there. So this whole side of the board is all lit up. Is there anybody I can quickly kill? No, there's not. There's a lot of congestion in the middle here. I'm going to run up the middle, though, and kill somebody. Loop, even better. Alright, so I let myself get a little bit cornered here by the Tri-Swarm, but that's okay, because I can jump out. So I'm at an 80, which is a shame to give up, but I just build it back a little bit. I could jump to this. If I jump to numbers that are too low, then you wind up getting trapped. So I'm going to go south. I was trying to think about going north to just draw them around, but no. That's another example of getting kind of greedy, because I'm like, oh, I can just, in a very few number of moves, make them do what I want. Not so much. So I'm to here. He's going to get me next turn, but I don't want to bait him too closely because I only have 1 shard left, and so I actually don't want to split at this point. Instead, I want to... Actually, now I do want to split. Well, I kind of want to split, but I kind of don't. And this is the thing. The hacking minigame takes a lot of turns if you're playing it along these lines. Oh, that's right. I made this easier. You can go to high numbers on the jumps now. It used to be way harder. I forgot about that. Sometimes I forget the rules changes because people thought it was just a little bit too extreme. That's right. I didn't have to. I could have easily gone north. Yeah, jumping. The jump rules I made way easier like a year ago. Um, and there's a greater wanderer. Right, now I actually have got a pair of these. So I'm going to take out that code paste. Wow, those jump rules are permissive. I forgot about that. Okay. I can't see the bottom corner of the board because of my face. So I'm going to do... Well, gee, if I can just jump wherever, I'm going to take my 80 back. I can't land on a spot that's more than twice as high. Is that what the rule is? I don't remember. Certainly a lot of spots I can move. Cannot pass. One of the adjacent unblocked cells must be a higher number than the target. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. So I can't move there because nothing is higher than what it is, but I can move here because of the 84 itself, and then when that's a run anyway, not a jump. Okay, so I really want to just get big numbers and split myself around here, but the lesser wanderer is going to be a threat, and I switched to jump if it's not clear. And now run. Advanced players are like, what you doing there, man? You're really kind of running back and forth in a pretty useless way. So I'm just doing a bunch of repeated jumps, and I think I might have done too many. But they're all bunching up in the corner there because I'm tired of them following me. The only ones that aren't up there in the corner now are the wanderers who are wandering around. So now I want to finally jump out, stop jumping around, and do some actual runs. Finally. Right, I'm going to do another jump to get this one out of there so I can make a kill here. Now I got all those. Right. Shit. Greater Wanderer woke up, and I didn't notice it was there. Well, I haven't lost, but it's annoying. Right, now I can move around here a little more freely. Once you've kind of gone back and forth over the same area too many times, then there's the problem that the numbers are getting kind of small. It's hard to build back up. I'm going to move like this, kill that guy. Still get close, but I don't care. Oh, I do care, because made a nice big number, but it's very difficult to move without splitting now. Let's see what happens if I go here. This is probably still a stupid move. Yeah, it is. Well, the Nath will kill me rather than the... yeah. Good. So it didn't duplicate anything. All right. Now, what I really want to do is split. It's very cramped on this particular map. I could make it feel substantially less cramped by coming over here and then taking out the lesser wanderers, but I don't really have time to build up my numbers for that. Should be the lesser wanderer that killed me, I hope. Yeah, it was. See, here's the problem with the minigame when you're this far behind, is if I stay patient, I will win eventually. I'm on move 61. I'll probably win within 200 moves. Do I want to make that many moves around? No, not really. I don't enjoy the hacking minigame to that degree. There are people that do. More power to them. Um, if I was the one playing this, for one, I wouldn't have dumbed down my hacker, which I did intentionally to make the stakes worse. I would have gone for avatar skill of upping my hacker's skill, and then I would have also um, either I would just pay the higher cost and have fewer ones. I don't really rely on captured units all that much, even on extreme mode. Um, or if I feel like being a hacker, then I would go through this, but I would treasure the units that I get from it, because you're getting like Mark 5 convictors off of this. I mean, super powerful. So is it worth the trouble? Sure. Is it worth it to me? No. I don't like extreme mode at all. It's really not for me. I like normal mode for exploration, and I like hard mode for giving me a little bit of a run for my money, and you can still use the hacking ultra simplified thing on that. But I don't find extreme mode enjoyable. I'm really glad that other people do, but they're a small minority, and then a smaller minority from them are like, can you give me one that's even harder? And so we have misery mode. That's how we wound up with that. But I mean, you can kind of see I will win eventually, but it's a matter of dragging them one way, dragging them back the other, back and forth, and it's a bunch of turns. There are tips that people like Nofbath and some others who are really good at the hacking minigame can give you on ways to mitigate the number of turns that you're taking compared to what I'm doing. I'm not bad at the hacking minigame, but I'm being a little bit random with what I'm doing here. But I just kind of lose the will to keep going with it. And there's a difference between losing the will to keep going on it versus actually losing. And mainly it comes to just gathering people up in the corner, because you're baiting the enemies around. And the Wanderers are often wild cards where you can see how much more trouble it was over on this side. I mean, and you can't jump past enemies, but I can jump down here and then jump back over here, and I can really just lead them on a merry chase for quite a long time. Do wish I could see the bottom corner, and it's an unusual handicap I've got there. I'm going to move here just to be a little bit away so I can kill that guy. And so now there's even more mini shards coming. This split is useful because I get to almost kill that guy, fully kill him. Here I was acting like I'm like a million miles away from winning. That was stupid. Also stupid. That was really stupid. I double clicked and I did not mean to. I made that many errors in short succession, and it's not going to be the end of my unit. I mean, that's how forgiving it is in a lot of ways. That's not the move I meant to make. Shit. Well, I can kill this guy to prevent the Code Priest from getting him. I think I will. Now I'm running. If I get the Code Priest, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else that can really threaten me, because if I make a mistake that's too stupid, as long as I've got a spare shard, it doesn't matter. But I didn't increase their numbers or anything. Really like to kill a bomb, but let's just run back and forth a little bit. Well, didn't quite get a bomb, but I'll for the Nath. It was being all fatalistic about it. It's really easy to lose the will to keep playing this thing in the middle of it. I mean, that's just the truth of it, honestly. And the spots I could run to are getting narrower now. What I want to do is get this guy out of the blast radius. Get this guy somewhere he'll be safe next turn. This might be okay. Yep. Still. Okay, now the only thing left are Wanderers. Oh, whoops. Well, that was the stupidest ending possible. I mean, I had him on the ropes, but again, don't get greedy, don't get impatient. That's like, I won, technically, by corrupting their hydraulics, but I wasn't trying to corrupt the hydraulics. I was just It's been like a year since I played the hacking minigame before making these two videos, to be honest. I mean, I occasionally will play it, but not at a hard difficulty, not like this. And, yeah. Alright. So, I mean, if I hadn't got impatient there, I was going to have it won. I had to run the video back to see how many moves it was, probably under 200. Yeah. That's a real pass through the hacking minigame with me making a lot of stupid mistakes as I went. Yeah, I mean, there are some scenarios where you can look at and you go, oh, that board's even worse. Like, let's not try that board, let's go out and play again. But almost any board you can go, yeah, I'll win that, it's fine. It's just a matter of the amount of effort that goes in. Alright, thanks for watching my stupidity.